Hello YouTube, welcome to the dojo. You're here with Samurai Man, and today we have the Transformers Hegemon by, I believe, ToyWorld did this one. And it is very awesome. You can see, actually you can have it kind of propped up. Oops, I just kind of knocked it over, but ew. There you go, yeah, see? You can actually prop this thing up pretty well, so if you want to display it in gun mode, bam! There it is. It is based off of Megatron and his G1 style. And it's beautiful. This is a beautiful G1 styled Megatron. Also, there you go, bam. You can have him stand up like that also. So that actually didn't look bad. That looks pretty cool having him stand like that. So, gun mode can stand. Awesome. And it's very nicely detailed. You can see plenty of beautiful molding here. Very accurate to how he was in the original cartoon. There's some minor flaws in it, and I'll go over them. But for the most part, it's very well done. Unfortunately, this side kind of takes the nastiness of it. You can see some screw holes and blech, hollowness here and blech. Yeah, so this is the main side. You can see with all this nice crimson metallic red paint, which looks beautiful by the way. And then it's got this gunmetalish, or maybe more black pieces here, some asymmetry for the chest. So very well done. What's really cool is, if you can see it, this lens here is done up in a clear red plastic, and you can see it also as well right here, kind of, as well as with the front. Bang! So yeah, that's cool. You can actually look through it. It is completely see-throughable. You can see kind of my hand. Here's my finger. So that's cool. I think that's really cool. And then we got some more of that clear bits here for the feet. I'm gonna go over that in transformation. But very nice. You can see here we got this silvery screw thing. I don't know what that is, but cool. Silver paint apps. Getting that metallic looking red. Then the barrel, it's very nicely molded in as well. See the notches in it, those little grooves. And let's see, you got some silver up here. That looks nice. It's got this bit here. It's a molded plastic bit, but it's there. And it's just such a beautiful piece. And then here we got this gray bit here. It's just so well done. This is the second run of this figure, by the way, so it is not, you know, it doesn't have everything that the first one does, so when I go over the accessory and stuff, it's going to be a little short-handed, but still very cool. I'm glad I was able to get my hands on this, regardless of which version. And just to point out, this has a good amount of detachable pieces. There's no parts forming per se, but I like to take pieces off just for transformation, so I'll just show you all the detachable pieces just to get them over with. See, bam, that detaches. This comes off, but it's kind of pegged in at certain points, so I'm not going to bother. But yes, the trigger does come off. And I think that's it for detachable pieces. So you are left with this, which still actually looks like a pretty cool gun, like that Austin Powers little mini pistol that he carried around. And he's just like, And then that other girl just came out with her big old massive like Magnum, and she's just like, yeah. And he's just like, ooh, mine's kind of small. Yeah. Remember that scene? Yeah. Still, that's not bad. I mean, from the front it looks kind of awkward, but from the profile, it still looks like a pretty cool pistol. But anyways, we'll go and put him back in his normal Megatron mode. Get in there, let's see. Oops. There you go. And then also, well, also this can come off. Again, nothing spectacular, but it's just something to point out. There you go, you can see it a little better now. It's kind of cool, like disassembling it, cleaning it, putting it back together and all that good stuff. There you go. Pop it back on. Again, I do really like this clear bit just going through here. It's kind of hard to see. Can't really see with my lighting, but there's a clear red bit. All that red just looks beautiful. So, as far as, I guess, playability, I guess you'd call it, is the safety actually, again, well, first of all, we'll say you can look through the scope, which is really cool. The safety can actually flip on and off, so that's cool. I do like that. That's pretty cool. I do wish you could pull down here. I don't remember what this piece is called. I wish you could actually pull it, but still nice. Nice that they did it. And the coolest part is it's spring-loaded trigger. It is just spring on the inside, so you can't actually kind of like play like you're shooting it, like pew 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 pew, bam, bam, bam. Get those Autobots. So cool. Now I'll go over the unfortunate not so greatness of this mode. This panel you can see and this panel are pretty loose. They don't really tab in. And it's not that big a deal. Your hand's there. It's going to cover it. What is unfortunate is there's a lot of little tabs that tab in. You can see here and here. They don't like to line up quite so nice. and it can get annoying. It can get a little difficult to get it all together, because if you want to push in one side, it'll push in that side, but now this side's exposed, and it just, yeah, that's really unfortunate how that, because this is just panels. Both sides are just panels. They're not actually pieces. They just fold up and go away in robot mode, which I'll show. But that's the unfortunate side of that. Still, like I said, not that big a deal. This is still a really awesome version of Megatron that I'm glad to own. So, we'll go ahead and transform this bad boy now. To transform it, we'll start by, I like to just remove this bit and this bit. It's just easier, just gets it out of the way. Condenses it a little more, we'll get that done. Next up, we'll go ahead and tab here at the bottom. There's a tab here. And then fold this up right here. It's on a hinge. And again, like I said, this doesn't remove, so I'll go ahead and just because it is removable, I'll go ahead and remove it just to make things a little bit easier. So now we got this nice little pistol-y looking thing. Untab this here, this big old chunk at the top. It's on a double hinge, bring it down on those tabs, and then fold it up once again. So that'll make things a little easier. And where should we go next? I guess we can just kind of unfold everything here. We got a hinge here and a hinge here at this bar. And it's pretty interesting how the hands work, because these are the arms, but this is one side and this is the other, so you gotta maneuver it around. How do you do that? Well, we'll get into that right now. We'll start by splitting up the hands. I guess that'd be probably the best. So the back of the gun, split it up. See, already it's coming apart. And you can already see the fist in there. So now we have everything in this configuration, and what you're going to want to do is rotate everything around. And what we're going to do is get this big old block. It actually is on a hinge. Fold it out of the way. There we go. And now you can see we have this whole gunmetal-y dark gray thing with a bunch of hinges, and you can see this ratchet joint, and there's just a lot going on. So what we're going to do is just take it and bring it around. You have to have it in this configuration so this bar can fit, because it's not going to fit any other way. So move all this junk, get that little tab out of the way. It's a tight squeeze, but it's doable. There we go, see, brought it around. It's tricky the first couple of times, but once you get a feel for the toy, you'll have no problem doing it, I assure you. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and rotate this block around as well. So now on the back, we're going to have this big old chunky stuff. And we'll go ahead and flip up this peg just to get it out of the way even more so. And what we're going to do is rotate the shoulder and bring it up. And you want to tab it in, or actually, we'll bring up this part back. There we go, get that peg out of the way. And you can see this big old tab right there is just going to be... It's just going to be going into this little slots inside, and it is a bit challenging. There you go. You just got to line it up again properly. You'll get used to the feel of the toy. Next up, what we're going to do is rotate this bit around, because you want this nice metallic-y paint bits on the front, because why not? They just look great. I mean, wouldn't you want it that way? Don't you want it to look the nicest as you can? I'd say so. Anyways, fold up this bit, fold it up even more. Now we got this nice flat panel, and it rotates here on the thigh, or hip I mean, and just bring that around, and then that just folds away in the back. And again, they're just panels. Leave them there, just try to hide them the best you can and leave them. Split the legs and then pull them out. There you go. Rotate them forward. You get these gray bits here. Now you got these nice lines evening up everything. More paint for this right here. Next up is pretty cool. Actually, you flip out the foot and it comes around very nicely. It's on a hinge / ball joint, so you bring it around. This is kind of a little bit more difficult, but flip out the front of the foot, the toe, I guess. And okay, never mind. Apparently it's going to be really easy. Works for me. It was being difficult earlier, but now his feet are done. Bingo, bango, we're done with the feet. Okay, so that's done. Now we got this weird configuration going on top. You can pretty much see that the bottom's already done. Let me just make sure everything's good. And now what you're going to do is just kind of bring it down here. There's a bunch of tabs there. Lock them all together, all locked up, locked and loaded. Bring this around. And what we're going to do is there is a peg, you can see, and a peg hole. Make sure they're lined up. Can be a bit tricky. Things can get stiff, but there you go. Once you get in, extend out the arm, and then rotate out the fist. And we're good on that side. And then we'll come around to this side, rotate it around, extend it out. That's already extended. Bring out the fist. There we are. There we are. Some more of that beautiful, nice crimson-y metallic paint. Again, very much appreciated. Make sure everything stays locked in. This is probably my favorite feature. Not feature, but part of the transformation, really. Is that... just get them all good show. But anyways, let me do this. So here you can see there is absolutely no neck, there's no ball joint, there's nothing going on at all. It's a solid piece, looks beautiful. I don't know why I love that, but you can just basically have him like this, like he's just no head. There's just nothing at all, nothing. It's not like he's missing anything. That's it. And I don't know, that tickles me. That just tickles me in the right places. Anyways, unfold that flap. That reveals the head. So it's just, I guess what I like about it is it's really clean. I think that's what I like most about it, is it's a really clean section. Nothing is ugly. There's no neck junk or anything. It's just so cleanly done. I guess that's probably what I like about it most. Now we'll just take all the bits that I took off earlier just to complete the look, just because I didn't want them getting in the way. So we have the trigger, and I believe it goes like this, just to get it, again, hide it the most you can. Have that like that. The barrel comes up here. This actually specifically needs to go in here because that's part of the look, mostly. There you go. It's actually, you can see it's kind of cut at an angle. It's very specifically done in a certain way. So that way it fits in a certain way when you have it like that. Bingo. That's the style that he had. I like how it's kind of angled. You got this point over here. Lastly, we take his fusion cannon and reattach it to his arm. One thing I want to point out about the fusion cannon is it does have this peg up here. I don't know what it's for. I'm assuming that's something to do with the first run. I'm assuming I don't have the bit that goes with it for the first run, and that's what I'm missing out on. So, like I said, I'm not too sure. And then if you want, kind of just leave the safety there, because if you have it up, kind of hangs out more, but I leave it like that. And here we have Hegemon, fully transformed, and beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. If you're a Megatron fan, a G1 fan, any of that, just you need this guy. He's perfect for a Classics collection. If he was bigger, he'd be perfect for a Masterpiece collection. Honestly, I do wish he was bigger just for that. This is still not bad at all, though. This is beautiful. And it's just working so well. I love this metallic crimson-y red paint. It looks so beautiful. We got some here on the crotch plate, chest, feet. I think that's pretty much it for that. We got some silver going on here. Got, again, that blackish gunmetal-y color. I like the vents. This is very G1 accurate with these little bits here, these weird circuitry-looking parts. And then the plastic they used is like a shimmery, like metallic-looking plastic. So the plastic's just shining so well. It's kind of got like that swirly look where it looks like metal. Like they try to make it look actually like metal, which is cool. So I do appreciate that. And they just, again, just did such a great job with this, with all the working parts and everything. And I love it. Come around to the back, and that's another story. We got this really cool molding and such going on with some pistons and circuitry again and all that. With this really cool, again, like crimson-y, dark red, transparent plastic. And I don't have a problem with that. But then we come up to like the top, and it's just like, we got this junk hanging, we got this junk hanging, we got some bits hanging. So much kibble. It is just a lot of kibble. But I can forgive it. It needed to go somewhere. And I think where they put it works. So I can forgive it. The shoulders and the forearms do feel kind of wide. I do wish there was like maybe a hinge. Oh, I forgot to mention there's also some more of that molding and metallic paint going on in the forearms, which looks really cool. Kind of like it's energon flowing or something. But anyways. And more of that clear plastic in the biceps, which again looks so nice. But yes, as I was saying, they do look a bit chunky. I did notice that in pictures and in hand. Again, it is pretty chunky, but not bad. I mean, I'm okay with it. I can live with this. This isn't bad. I mean, if they added more hinges, it would have been a little easier to hide it. But at the same time, it would have probably made it look more ugly with all the hinges and such and screws and springs and all that. So I can't fault them for that. So it's not bad. Again, it's just minor, very minor stuff going on. Now, Hegemon does also come with this nice little collector's card, as most, if not all, third-party companies give you these days. And it's very nice quality. It's like credit card quality. And you can see it's wrapped in a plastic, and it's interesting. It's not like it's in a plastic sheet or anything. It's like the plastic's completely sealing it off. The only way I could take this plastic off is if I actually cut the plastic. So that's interesting. It's got a nice cover on it that I don't have to ever worry about ruining it. And I'll go ahead and zoom in just to get a look at that nice cover art. So that looks beautiful. That's a really cool picture of Megatron / Hegemon. glowing with all his eyes and bits. Whatever has red, it's glowing. Fusion cannon at the ready by Toy World, number 18. Very cool. Some stats at the back done in Chinese. Can't read them. But I can tell you the numbers. 10, 10, 4, 8, 10, 9, 10, 9. I'm assuming 4 is speed, maybe, or mobility. Because obviously his vehicle or gun mode isn't going to help. So there's that. I'm assuming 10 is evilness, and his other 10 is hatred, and his other 10 is despair, and his other 10 is world domination. Maybe. I don't know. But, like, I don't read Chinese. I don't read Chinese. So, like I said, I kind of assumed that third-party companies were American, but I could be wrong. And I probably am, just based on the fact that, like, all their stuff is in Japanese, all their bios and all that. It's all done in, or not Japanese, Chinese. It's all done in the Chinese lettering or symbols. So, just an assumption. And taking a closer look at Hegemon's face, it is spot on accurate to G1 Megatron. It looks great. Love it. He's got a nice silver painted face with that bucket head look. Looks beautiful. Clean because of the way they did the head transformation. Looks very nice. He does have clear plastic in the back for his light piping, which shines very brightly if you have a proper light setting. But unfortunately I don't. So it's kind of hard for me to show that off. But take my word for it, it's got beautiful light piping. Also, to note, he does come with a second head. You see there? And this one has a different expression, actually. It's got a much more angry expression. His mouth is more snarling. He's like, where the first one's kind of just stoic and just like, I am Megatron, the defender of freedom. The second one's just like, I'll get you, Optimus. But you can see it is in black helmet with yellow light piping. That is more accurate to the G1 comic book, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's what it's from. And also the, I think, G.I. Joe crossovers. They had the yellow light piping with black bucket head. So it's cool that it came with both. It's just preference, I guess, for you, whoever you prefer. I mean, I prefer the G1 cartoon, so that's what I'm going with. So, Hegemon comes with this spare head. He comes with this nice little bio card. And he comes with his Energon mace. He actually came with a sword at the first run, but I did not get the first run. This is the second run. So, unfortunately, he did not come with that. I think that was the only thing that is missing. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, he might have came with a couple other things. But the second one, you get the mace. Problem with mine is, there was no it comes in package like this, and there's no instructions as to how you're supposed to get the mace set up, because the inside has the chain. So I tried, it looks like a screw, like it looks like it's got these notches for, like a screw would be. So I tried unscrewing it, but nothing was happening, nothing was changing, it was just, so it's like, alright, I tried pulling it, and it was giving me trouble at first, but finally I got it off, and it broke the chain. So, I can get it. There you go. So yeah, here's the chain. Here, I don't know what this piece is. Like I said, there's nothing in the instructions about this, which is a downside. But what I do is, since I broke the chain, is I do it like this. Since it came with this S chain. And there's a little hook, or there's a little bar on the inside, so I can hook it around if I can. Action. Nope. 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 Wait, yes, okay, I got that. That part's done. Now for the chain. Nope. Don't come off. There it is, I got it. So this is what I do, and it's not perfect, but like I said, I broke mine, so it's the best I can do, and it's coming off. Or what I do is I just leave everything inside, because it all just fits in there. Let's take this off. I could get it now. Now it doesn't want to come off. No, you're not coming off. Before you couldn't wait to come off. There we go. Just put everything away. You still leave it attached like that. Fits on fine. Fold up the fist. And then just slide it in. There's a peg on the inside that goes... Oh, wait, no. What am I saying? Leave the fist out. There's a peg on the inside that'll go around the fist hole. And if I could get it... There we go. I think I got it. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So there you go. Not a bad looking weapon, even if it isn't, you know, chain. It is still a nice looking mace. So, yeah. Cool. He's ready to bust some Autobot heads open with this thing and just smash their brains and... Ooh, boy, that was a bit graphic. But you get the idea. You get it, don't you? Yeah, you got it. So for the articulation, he's got a decent amount. It's pretty much all ratchet joints. You can bring it out like that. It detaches the peg, but you can't do it. Just get that peg back in there. Rotate it around. Nice solid ratchet. It's kind of squeaky. I'd be a little worried about that, but I think it'll be fine. Bend at the elbow. Again, ratchet joints. Can go about 90 degrees. Not bad. Rotation at the bicep. Very nice. Wrist can go in and out just due to transformation plus rotation. Always appreciated with wrist rotation, so I like that. So you can rotate at his chest, but not his waist. It's kind of weird, but it's just the way the transformation is. He needs to work like that. So the fact that his chest rotates is always nice, but again, I think that's part of transformation. Head can go, oops, up. It's not on a ball joint, but you can see, it shows like his lunchbox mode when he puts food in it. But anyways, yes, it can go up and down and turn, and all very nicely done. But it's not on a ball though, but still very nicely done. I guess his fusion cannon, you can call that rotation. That's articulation, right? So he's got a rotation there. His thighs come out on a nice ratchety clickety niceness. His bend at the knees, getting ready for a soccer kick, and boom, golazo. So that's how that works there. Let's see. Oh wait, he does have like lower waist movement, not upper waist, but let's see if I can. Again, this kibble in the way gets, or that kibble gets in the way, but yeah, you got a little bit of crotch rotation if you can get that kibble out of the way. So better than nothing. It's better than nothing, so I'll take it. His ankles are actually on a ball slash hinge, so there's a lot going on. You can rotate it side to side, back and forth, up and down, plus the toe bends. So plenty of articulation on this guy. Don't complain about not being able to pose him for being a big old block. That's just whole not true. It's a whole lot of lies right there. Megatron don't do lies. You are being deceived. That's what I say. You are being deceived. And here we have Hegemon paired up with various different Megatrons throughout the ages. Here we have Transformers Later Class Animated Megatron. I do have the Voyager one in a shelf far, far away. And I have the Dark of the Moon Megatron here, the Voyager class. We have the first Transformers movie Megatron Leader class. We have the Voyager class Prime Megatron. And we have the Legends class Megatron. I mean, I think he's supposed to be based off the IDW when he was a miner on Tarn. Was it Tarn? I want to say Tarn was where he was when he was mining. But yes, these are my various Megatrons. There's been plenty more. There's been the Cybertron Leader Class Megatron, which I do really want, but don't have yet. I've passed on a couple just because the timing wasn't right, and it was unfortunate that I passed. But yes, there's Cybertron Megatron, Robots in Disguise Megatron. I do have the Galvatron, as you've seen, but I didn't want to put him in the Megatron pick. So there's that. But yes, there is the Robots in Disguise Megatron. When I was little, there was Beast Wars, the Transmetal Megatron that I did actually have, and the Dragon mode, which unfortunately I don't have anymore, but those are two more, plus the regular dinosaur one. I mean, I could go on, there's plenty, there's so many different Megatrons. He's the main core bad guy, so there you have it. Looks great. I love this collection of Megatrons, Megatronuses, lots of gray, as you can see, lots of solid gray and dark metals, and pretty basic. But he fits in beautifully with all of these guys, and I love him. I really hope we get an IDW style Megatron. We do have the Generations Tank mode G1 Megatron, along with the Tank mode Armada Megatron. I think I'm going to get that Armada Megatron. I do want the actual regular Armada Megatron, but I think I want to get this one also. I don't know when it's coming out, but when the time comes, I'll know. Here we have Hegemon paired up with MP10 Prime, Masterpiece Optimus Prime. And you can see, aesthetically, they'd probably very well work together. They're not too much off. I mean, Toy World did a pretty good job about just making him look like a standard G1 Megatron without adding too much of its own flair, so that was nice. Obviously, it still does have some of its own flair. But size-wise, this obviously does not work. They're not really that good in scale with each other. If anything, he's about the same size as the other MPs, you know, Smokescreen, Sideswipe, that kind of crew. But yeah, with Optimus, it's just not working out. So that's what I was saying. If he could be a little bigger, he could be he could be part of your Masterpiece line. But for now, I think Classics is where he belongs. So that's fine. He's about Voyager size, and that works. And here I have Hegemon paired up with Maniac King from the Unique Toys line, and they look good together. They look very nice. Aesthetically, they're obviously very different. He's way more in his own unique design, whereas he's more connected towards the G1 design. But otherwise, I think they look great. I'm loving the comparison. they are very nice looking. You can see where he came, where he's gone. Old and new. Gun, tank, gun thing. So I like it. I love it. I can do it all day. So to transform him back, we'll just start by, what I like to do is just take off these removable bits. Again, you don't have to. It's not mandatory. You can very well transform him in with all these pieces attached. It's just less of a hassle if you get rid of them. So, we'll take him at his basic form. Start with the feet. Just fold them up. Rotate them back out and upward. There we go. Nice little spot for them to go in. Perfect. Rotate them inward. And we'll start with that. Just leave everything kind of there. I don't want to do much more with it. Fold in the hands. Fold in the hands. Fold in the head. Fold in the head. Yump. Again, it's very cleanly done, so you don't have to worry. And just untab that little bit there. Rotate it this way, I believe. Yeah, there we go. It's kind of squeaky, but yeah, get it all there. Line this up. It's coming together, sort of. Now what we're going to do is just kind of launch this torso completely upward. And what we want to do is unfold out these giant chunks in the back. That way we can, once again, get this giant chunk out. And I'd say this is probably the most difficult part of transformation, to be honest. To be brutally honest, I'd say it is. Get this around. Get it around. It's just getting all this junk around can be tiresome. It's a challenge. Don't ever let anyone say I didn't say it was a challenge, because they're a darn liar. It's just, you don't want to break anything. You want to be really careful, so that's really what the issue is. So let's see, bring it around. There, almost got it. It's so close. There it is. Okay, so once we're over that mountain, it's pretty easy from there. Not easy, but it's doable. Next, again, slide it forward. There you go. Heard it click in. This kind of reminds me of an actual, pistol. Like when you're like that part where you're just like little bullets in here. And you know what I'm talking about. Maybe. I don't know. But anyways, no, we want it like this. So we're gonna, the final stage is everything's gonna, you have the body all the way over here. So we want it like that. We're gonna take these panels, or at least this side, and rotate it around, because you need to have this over here, and then this side's gonna stay where it is. Next, what we're gonna do is unfold all these little flaps, have them like this. And again, I don't care for these little flaps because it is just shell forming and they don't do a good job of it. So that's unfortunate that the only job that this piece has is to cover all this junk up, and it doesn't do a very good job of it. You had one job, weird flaps. You had one job. Alright? You failed. You failed. I'm sorry. Alright, we'll give you a C-. I'll give you a C-. It's not horrendous, so I'll give you a C-. Solid C-. Not bad. It's a pass. It's passing. Anyways, you got these two tabs in here that you want to put in there. And if I could get them. And the reason that this is so difficult is because, again, all these little tabs you see up here around that go into these flaps just don't want to work with you that well. So what we'll do actually first is we'll go ahead and we'll slide up the legs. I was going to do it later, but I think would be more effective doing it now. It's just going to be less of a hassle. And just peg all that junk together. There we go. So now we're forming the handle, I guess. I don't know what you'd call that. The base? The handle? I don't know. I don't know guns. I know what, makes and models, sort of, to an extent. But specific pieces, I mean, I know the barrel, I know the trigger. I know the sight, the scope. I mean, that's about all you're going to get out of me for that. I don't really know them that well. I do know toys. Yeah, like I said, this portion's where it gets really tiresome. There we go. Okay, so I got that in. Next up is the other more difficult part. It's easier just to push all this in together like that. So take it, and we'll just kind of line it up and push it in. There we go. And then this, you want to tab in there. It's coming together. One of these days, we're going to have it. There we go. There we go. Okay, so done with the core part. Flip up this tab here, unfold it, bring it around, tab it here. That kind of holds everything together kind of nicely at the top, sort of. I mean, it kind of just needs to be there just to be there. We'll get this peg going around, so that way what we can do, plug it in over here, plug this back in. Again, like I said, you don't have to, you can leave it like there. I just think it's easier just to do it after like this. Just get it out of the way and bingo! Now we got that part on. Kind of like the silencer, kind of looks like. This, on the other hand, you kind of have to, you can't really flip it down and then tab it in, just because, like I said, there's tabs here, so you need to go with tabs. If I could remember how to do this. I want to say it goes like this. Yeah, it goes like that, and then you fold it around, and then the tabs are going to go into these tab holes. And this one big old tab at the bottom is going to tab in there. That holds all this nicely together. This is all connected now. So you don't have to worry about any of that flopping around, which you definitely need. You need as much things holding things together as you can, because this is not very solid. These panels do like to come apart. So that's unfortunate. The piece de resistance is this scope. I don't know how necessary it is to have a scope on a pistol, but darn it, you're going to get one. And so we have Hegemon back into the gun mode. There we go. And again, it has its flaws mostly in this tiny little section, but overall, very cool, very nice. I believe there is an add-on to get the kind of like the stabilizer for the back you have on the arm, and I think another longer barrel. I think there's an add-on for that. I might be thinking of MP5. I know that had everything. I think Hegemon had... That might have been what came also with the first run. I'm not too sure. Maybe that was an add-on. Maybe that just came with the first run. Either way, if you get second run, this is what you get. And it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I like it. It's very cool. It's not 100% to the G1 without all that extra junk. It is for this, but I mean, if you want to have certain moments, you're going to need that extra junk. I don't know where you get it. But either way, this is fantastic. For the price it was 110 bucks, which for a third party of this caliber, I think that's doable. It's not a full set of combiners, so it's definitely affordable, which is nice. So that's what I have to say about that. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to my channel on YouTube. It's always appreciated. Love to hear from you guys. Also, don't forget to follow me on Tumblr at Megatron, as well as Twitter at Megatron, and Instagram at Mechas_Ironheart. You find all my pictures, recent purchases, what's coming out, who's making what, all that great stuff and more. And anyways, guys, until next time, have a great day!